What's going on, guys? Did you know that Google Finance, the website, actually has a portfolio tracker of its own? Super simple to set up and a great way to track all of your different portfolios. Maybe you have more than just a brokerage account. You got an IRA, you got crypto. You can track it all right in Google Finance, and it's nice and easy to see. And you can actually see all of your portfolios in one as well. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to set up the portfolios in Google Finance and how it might benefit you. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is open up Google, and you're going to go up to the little Google Apps button in your right-hand corner, top right-hand corner, and you're going to click on the Finance app. So we click on that, and Google Finance opens up. I did do a video about Google Finance. It's a pretty good software to use to check out different stocks or ETFs and even some cryptos. But today, we're going to be talking about creating the portfolio tracker, which is right here. You click on New Portfolio, and we'll start by naming it. So I'm going to name it Brokerage Account. I have a brokerage account, IRA, 401k, some crypto as well. So we can actually sort it into different portfolios, which is really nice, but we're going to see that in a little bit. I'm going to hit Save, and then here it is. We got nothing yet because we need to add our investments. So it's pretty straightforward adding the investments. You're going to click on Add. I have some Apple, so I'm going to click on that. I don't know, it's not going to be exact here, but we'll say I have 40 shares. Then you go, when did you purchase it? So let's say I purchased it. Actually, we're going to do 10 shares. You're going to see why. So let's say you bought 10 shares of Apple back in, I don't know, 2017. That's when I started investing. 2017, and it was around September. And the purchase price, this kind of gives you what was the closing price for that day. Maybe you didn't get it for that exact price. This is accounting for splits as well, so keep that in mind. Apple has recently split last year. Let's say it was $41. Now, what's cool is I continued to buy Apple. So I could click on more purchases of Apple, and we'll say it was another 10 shares. But this time it was in, how about 2020? I don't know, February 19th. And maybe we'll say I bought it for $80.91. We'll add another 10 in 2021. And we'll just jump over to a month like that. And then we will add another 10. We'll say recently. So there we go. There are my 4 buys of Apple, 10 shares each time. We're going to hit Save and add another. Now, before we even add another, I'm going to X out of that, actually. We're going to hit Cancel. You can see right here, here's my brokerage account. We'll say if it was just 40 shares of Apple, it's $6,400. And we could zoom out. It'll show here has been my performance over the past month, over the past 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. It goes all the way back. So you can see exactly how I've done because I bought it back in 2017. So you can see my position slowly going up over time. It'll show what I've done for the day over here, my total gains, all of this great information. It'll show you what kind of large cap companies I am. If it's a dividend company, this I have 100% low dividend, 100% high PE, but that's because it's just one stock right now, and then here it is down here. Let's add, because as we add more and it kind of comes all together, it's actually a really useful tool. So NVIDIA, we'll say 10. When did I purchase? We'll scroll back. It was also around 2017. We'll say 2018. That. And obviously, this is going to be a lot of legwork. You're going to have to go into your brokerage account and figure out exactly what price you bought for everything. And it could be pretty monotonous adding all of this. But once it's in there and you're good. And then you just got to kind of keep it up to date with anything else. And we'll say another 10. How about in 2021? We'll say towards the end of 2021, about in December. There we go. Hit Save, add another. I got Google. I don't have a lot. We'll say, I think it's 3 shares. It was in 2021, maybe in November. We'll hit Save. And then what's cool is, this is good right now. We got 3 stocks, so we'll kind of see what it looks like now. So you can see, here's my day gain, here's my total gain, and again, everything's kind of adding up. Now it's at 20,000. We can see here are my 3 positions down here, how they did for the day, what their value is. And then what's even cooler is, let's say I want to look at my Apple positions. I could click on this and I could see all of my purchases. So here's all my purchases. And say I want to sell Apple. Well, should I use LIFO or FIFO? I can determine, oh, let me do first in, first out. I'll get a capital gain tax. But if I decide to do last in, first out, then I'll actually be selling some Apple at a loss. So this could be helpful for that purpose as well. We'll add in a few more, how about more conservative stocks, just so we could see what that'll look like. So we'll say JP Morgan 10. We'll pretend I bought some JP Morgan back in 2021. We'll hit save. And then another conservative stock, we'll do Johnson & Johnson. Or you know what, we'll do Visa. So we'll also say 10, 2021. We'll pick a random date and we'll save X out of that. All right, so now we got our individual stocks. We'll pretend this is my little hypothetical portfolio that I have, and everything's kind of coming together. Now, what I can do is I could start to add, let's say I have some ETFs in a retirement account, or if I hold on to some Bitcoin or Ethereum. Well, instead of just adding it, clumping it all into this one account, this is my brokerage account. I'm going to create a new list, and we're going to name this one, how about IRA? This is my IRA. Oh, you see that? That actually made a watch list. So what you want to do is you want to go up here, view as watch list or portfolio. We want this to be a portfolio. So pretty easy to change it. That's it. We just click on these three buttons right up here. And then we'll add investments. So we got the VTI. Click on that. We'll say it's around 20 shares. And we'll just pick a random date just for sake of making this video nice and short. And then another one, TQQQ. Click on that. Say it was back in 2020. 10 shares, we'll say. Hit save. And then how about ticker symbol O? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Add. There we go. Realty income. We'll say it's 20. I'm really bad at picking dates. There we go. We'll hit save. And that's good for now. So now we can see, okay, great. Here's my IRA, $6,000. Here's my brokerage account, $24,000. Now what's cool is if we go back home, you can see here's everything. All of my portfolios, the two that I have, my brokerage account and my IRA now combined. So say it's for a total of 30,000. Let's add a third portfolio. We'll call this crypto. We'll hit save, add investment. I'm going to type in Bitcoin. So we could add Bitcoin. And if you're not in the US, that's fine. We could have, depending on what our currency is going to be, if you're in Europe, if you're in India, Canada, whatever it might be, I'm going to stick with US. We'll say I have 0.28 Bitcoin. Purchased it back in 2020, say in September 9th. All right, so that purchase would be $10,000. We're going to hit save. And then we'll also say we have some Ethereum. So there it is. So I have one Ethereum, purchase date 2021. Go back to June. Whoops, 2020 meant 2021. That makes a big difference. And then when it comes to crypto, there are some other ones like Litecoin is right here. We could add that. I don't know if they have Dogecoin. They do. They have Dogecoin. So if you're still holding on to that, I think they have Solana. Solana. All right. Maybe they don't have Solana. So with crypto, you're not going to get everything, unfortunately. Yeah, you can see with currencies, Solana isn't there. Bitcoin. Do we have Bitcoin Cash? There's Bitcoin Cash if for some crazy reason you're holding on to that. So you're going to see there's really not going to be all of the cryptos out there, but at least you could get a handful of them if you are invested in them. And we'll go back to home. Now we have all three of my portfolios. We got my brokerage account, my IRA, and my crypto, and I could keep adding however many brokerage accounts you have or portfolios that you have. So then you could keep track of the total amount right here. And then you could click on them and see them all individually, how each of them are doing. So you can see, all right, my brokerage account is up, my IRA is down, my crypto's up, and it's pretty simple. It's easy to use, as you can see. I mean, that was really easy just to kind of create those three examples. If you scroll down, you will see, this is my favorite part, honestly, your portfolio in the news. So here's all of the news articles that came out for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Or let me jump over to my IRA. I want to see all the news that came out for VTI, Realty Income Group, Corp, and the TQQQ. So here is all of that news. And then sure enough, we go over to the brokerage account, and here's the news for all of the stocks that I'm invested in. So I think that's really cool. This was a nice quick little video in case if you want to try managing all of your different accounts and trying to make a Google sheet or an Excel sheet is a little intimidating for you and you really don't like any of the phone apps out there. I would definitely recommend checking out Google Finance. Google is not sponsoring this video in any way, shape, or form. I just genuinely really like the Google Finance layout. It's very simple, keeps everything nice and easy. You're not going to be over flooded with a whole bunch of different data. And it's just very, very user friendly, in my opinion. My only critique, I wish they kind of had one that would combine all three into one so I could click on a master one and I could see, okay, here's all of them together, and then here they all are broken off. But from my understanding, it doesn't look like they have that. Oh, you can update the currency right there. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire video I got for you guys. Just wanted to share that if you're figuring out how you can manage all of your different portfolios. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. And guys, as always, I will see you in the next one.